Okay. So, we're back on the Mana Symbol channel playing a little deck list that I put together. This is Hullbreaker Clamation. This is sort of the third iteration of the deck, the first time we're recording it. So we're playing Wilderness Reclamation, and we've got a new card to play in here. Hullbreaker Horror is a 7-mana 7/8 flash, can't be countered. Whenever you cast a spell, choose up to one. Return target spell you don't control to its owner's hand, or return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. This card is very good in that it is an uncounterable gigantic beater that allows you to solve almost anything on the battlefield that you would need to. And so we're putting it in this otherwise semi-reasonable Sultai splash red shell. So I'm splashing red for Fire Ice just to have a little bit of flexibility on that card. Playing a few Growth Spirals, some Abrupt Decays. I was running into problems last league where I didn't have enough early removal in a couple different matchups. And so I'm just going to see if this version can solve that problem. Just shuffled some numbers around. So I don't know if 3 Deluge, 3 Wilderness Reclamations, like, you know, I've seen Spike's version where it's like a lot of 4-ofs a couple different times, and I don't know about that. I also don't know if the black's worth it anymore at this point. Like, once you're playing some amount of red, it's probably just your removal color. I'm not using it much in the sideboard, and so, you know, is Fatal Push and Abrupt Decay like really worthwhile in this main deck? Maybe not. We maybe should play play some of that. Yeah, you could play Trophy, but I think in the main deck you'd definitely want Abrupt Decay, Alex, because I'm more concerned about killing Blood Moons and I mean, obviously the Trophy also kills Blood Moon, but like, I don't know. I'm just like, I most of this format does not demand Assassin's Trophy from you. Abrupt Decay gives you an out for Teferi Time Raveler. That's kind of nice. But kills Murktide. Yeah, I don't have a lot of Murktide answers in this deck list other than the horror. I'm just not going to worry about it for now. But if I need to add some Doom Blades or something similar to that somewhere in the list, that's fine too. Maybe some Mystical Disputes. We're definitely light on ways to kill Murktide, that's for sure. Turn 3 horror is an answer? I mean, it is. Yeah. So let's go. Is Tutors on 3 trophies? Tutors and Mistaken Punt and Wine all on 3 trophies. Goodness gracious. Tearing it up. Spikes on 2. Tunneling Cat also on 2. It's definitely not super likely though that you can land even a turn 4 horror against Murktide. Like, it's possible, but not something I'd be counting on in most cases. Hey, thanks, Toboggan. I don't know why my sideboard popped up. Must have been looking at the end of the last game. All right, colors are good enough in this hand. I get to get the Ketria Triome off this one, and then we've got everything we need. Yeah, right. Like, well, and that's classic, right? I have a good Murktide matchup. Then you actually play it, and you're like, oh, it's blue red Delver. You don't. Nobody has a good matchup. Like, I mean, you can have a good matchup, but it's sometimes they'll just kill you anyway. Opponent mull to 6. All right, colors looking nice and smooth here. Shark Typhoon and Memory Deluge looking a little eh. Oh boy. Okay, this hand is going to be too slow here. But we have an okay sideboard against this, so hopefully that works out. Hey, how's it going, JK Torborg? Oh, I'll cycle Shark Typhoon into my graveyard so that when they living end, I don't get anything. Oh, they're on the Teamer deck. Maybe they just miss on turn 3? Nope. Maybe they don't have a Cascade card. Nope. All right. Cool. So against this matchup, I don't have as much as I would against Rhinos. So maybe that's a problem. Keep the Abrupt Decays in case of Blood Moon, I guess. But we've got Endurance. Hey, JK Torborg. What's the Kraken? This boy. We want that. Nexus is fine. Deluge is fine. These are all fine. I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to take out some of the bigger stuff and just like try to just play like Sultai Flash. I feel like that's not actually gonna work out. Endurance should be okay here. I mean, this is about as good of a hand. Think of some kind of sweeper? I mean, I don't really think that's a way you want to try to fight living end most of the time. It's not that it doesn't, or it's not that it can't work. It's that, like, I don't know, it's just like so often they can either counter it or immediately reset. So like you can play Dam or something like that, but I don't know where that gets you, right? Extinction Event? I don't think Extinction Event can hit enough of their stuff. Stormwrath. Ah, I don't know. In general, against well, I mean, there's a reason there's just not that many rats that you see in they're playing Street Wraith. Huh. Playing Street Wraith. So I can't Archmage's Charm here. Just hoping to draw land. Okay. Bad things. I guess I could have cycled Shark Typhoon for 0, and I should have. Yeah. Still waking up. Architects, sure. Are they on Living End Black, but with Titanithrex? That doesn't make a lick of sense. I mean, like, technically you could. I don't know why you would. Whatever. Okay, opponent. They have the Violent Outburst, which is good, because I want to clear as many of those as possible. They like dinos. I mean, I guess. So this is kind of sucky because now the counter I have on in the future is not not Flusterstorm, so they can actually counter a counterspell. But this whole matchup's a little bit woof. We shock breeding pool, so I can hardcast endurance. Do I have to cycle another Typhoon for 0? I think so. Hopefully they jam again, but I don't think that they will. Oof. There we go. And now I can start playing Archmage's Charms. It's very easy for them to punch through here, though, despite like the kind of reasonable setup that I have. This is not good enough. I don't have a Veil. I don't have a okay, so they don't have it. That's really good. Okay, this means I can charm. So now we're getting the ball rolling. Okay, I got more of those. This time, okay. Land? Land. Okay. We're getting there. I'm keeping up on land drops with my Wilderness Rec, or with my, my Living End opponent. Good, good. Glad that that's working out. If they find a Living End at any point, it is incredibly lethal. So, going down a 1 counter here is scary. Other land, thank you. All right, now we're cooking with propane. We actually have a really quick clock if we can find an opening. I think they'll feel pressured to go for it now if they have any ability to do so. Well, maybe not. Nope. Wild. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So they've played. Oh. 1. Just 1 violent outburst? That's it? Shit. Okay. They exiled the Living End, though? So they only have 1 left? I suppose the Wrath that would be worth playing in this deck would be Evacuation. Or something similar to that. Okay, so this is the last one. I can pay for a dispute, so they need force or something else like that here. I think we're probably just going to die to this, but didn't have another Flusterstorm, don't have a Veil. So I can cycle for Shark Typhoon for 0 and try to draw into Veil or the other Flusterstorm. So let's do that. Okay. Just dead. I think. Oh, the grief. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's no way that we can't recover from that. Oh, I had a green card to pitch too. 2-0'd by Living End doesn't surprise me at all. That deck is insane. Oh, there's nothing to be sad about. Like Living End thrashes everyone. Like the deck is unbelievable. As long as they get to their third land drop, it's like it's just so difficult. What happened? Living End. Living End always happens. It's incredibly consistent. It's very, very powerful. I think it's one of the best decks in the format, and it's going to be for a long time. Like that deck wins a challenge like every 2 weeks, basically. It feels like. Oh, geez. All right, so I'm gonna bottom the Fatal Push because it says they're listed on Blue-White Control. And QB Turtles plays a lot of very, very high level Magic, so I wouldn't be surprised. They used to play a ton of Burn. It's such a crazy pivot, but I think they're just a grinder who likes to play one of the best decks at all times. Yeah, that's very similar. It's very similar to that, Trey. That's a good assessment. Snapcaster looking less good than Ice Fang here. So this is a matchup where, like, if I can land the Reclamation and have anything to play after it like that, we could be in a really good spot. Until there's going to be an opening for it, Reclamation is just kind of worse than most of what they're doing. So it's tough. The pure control decks usually beat you, but it's going to just because I was originally playing Mystical Teachings of Logic, and I haven't really gotten over the fact that it's probably not something that you can reasonably do. Steve Extreme, is that your name there? Steve Extreme? Expect influx of viewers? Is it Steve or Stiv? Are you Stiv? Is this man Stiv? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's why I set up around now, Steve. Is I knew Spike would be done soon enough. I didn't get back from my walk soon enough to grab Doomwake's audience at all, but I Station. Yes, Station. Yeah, Steven. Yeah. I love the I've known a bunch of Croatians during my life. Good. All right, QB Turtles, force me, baby. Force me hard. I need it. I need to be forced, daddy. Nope. No force. Of course, if they have something scary right now, I can't. How do I break out a 4-1 slump? Last 3 leagues with Breach were 4-1. Nothing. When can we expect another musical banger from your production? I don't know. It's a lot of work. I'm not super inspired, and I don't know what to tell you. I'm sure it'll come up eventually. And I would like that. Yeah, consistent 4-1s are amazing, Jake. I mean, the secret is just keep playing. So what do you want? Last Christmas in some variety? I want these. So we could bring less of these? Yeah. Probably one less deluge. Or sorry, one less reclamation, maybe even two. Nah, one is fine. And then like 2 endurances. Oh no, I don't think I really want Growth Spiral here. Do I? No, not really. I guess it's kind of nice. Badagaboosh! It's kind of nice to keep up with them sometimes. But it's not great in the mid to late. I kind of really want to cut Nexus in this matchup. It's probably okay. And this looks cleaner than anything else I could end up doing. Omnath plus Shape Anew. I mean, that is technically an idea, yeah. I don't know what to say to that idea. Yeah, Horror is a new card. When I resolve the card, it's a banger. It just hasn't come together as many times as I would have liked. All right, so if they've got turn 3 Teferi on the play, we're going to be in trouble here. Chances are they don't just jam it, but if they do, they mulled to 6. So okay, endurance at least helps, because it means I have a plan if they Teferi. Yeah, the Kraken's nuts. Hullbreaker Horror. Rip. Spreading Seas. Okay. I still have my my double green on time. Banana. Okay, I like that. Last top deck, it gave me my win, but the very next game, man, I screwed again. I'm tilted. Okay. This game's gonna be hell. Yeah, my voice is alright. Almost heaven, West Virginia. Yeah, it's alright. When I take care of it. Alright, we're dead, right? Dead on turn 3 this berry. I guess I could draw Abrupt Decay reasonably soon. Cryptic Command. I cut that from my Reclamation deck that I'm playing right now, but my opponent is not a coward and registered the correct card. Splash White for ending. Well, Mort and I were talking about all the different. Okay. We're talking about all the different options for this deck, and like you could play Bant, you could play Teamer, you can play 4-color like I'm doing. This is not really 4-color, right? But 3 and a bit. Obviously, my sideboard maybe should have some mystical disputes in it, but certainly if we play Teamer. But I don't know. It's hard to cover all the modern bases on your first go. Cannot believe we're too cowardly to go Omnath Brack. Well, I just didn't want to play those cards in the same deck, Jiggy. Like it's just. It's not that you can't do that. It's just that I didn't do that. Like it's nothing to do with cowardice. It has to do with time. I know you're just memeing and shit posting in the chat. I'm just saying, like I have no problem with that concept. That's a great idea. I'm into it. I just didn't do it in this version because this is like version 2 and there's a lot of time. Please Spreading Seas me? Land? Good. Okay, we're not losing yet. Sure, exactly. The hell? Oh, okay. They're doing what I'm doing. Trying to hit their land drops. It is leaf blowing hell. Oh my god, there's so many leaf blowers out. Oof. Really wanted an untapped land there. Draw Counterspell. Ugh. Don't love this. Okay, good. Land? Counterspell? Fire Ice. It's not the worst. No, you're not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to do that. Hall of Storm Giants coming in unclutch for me. Coming in clutch for the opponent. Spreading Seas. Yikes. Should we be getting playsets of Deluges? Can you elaborate on your question? I'm not sure I understand exactly what you mean. We as players, should you be buying them? I don't think so. I don't think you'd ever need to play 4 unless you were playing specifically Reclamation. It's possible. It's definitely a thing one could choose to do. I don't know that I would recommend it at all at any point in any way. In fact, I think I would not recommend that. I don't think it's worthwhile. I think in almost all decks you're going to play with it. Do I think Deluge is going to spike? It's already spiked. It's over. You missed it. If you didn't buy your Deluges, it's over. Are they going to go up more than that they have already? That I don't know. Yeah. I think you'd want to own... I think you should own 2, maybe 3. I'm not a huge fan of playing 3. I usually like a Jace, but we'll see if I can do that. They spiked. Yeah, they were like $2. Please, no. Please, no. Please hit. One time. No Solitude. Fuck. I guess I can't fire. Gosh. So snap ice for the cycling. Why are you so annoying? Why are you so annoying? Snap Deluge? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's probably smart. They're gonna have something for it, right? Maybe they're more worried about what the next card could be. I don't know what they could possibly worry about, but we lost the first one to not having enough stuff for living in. We're losing the second one in a control matchup, which is so unfathomable. But of course, like we're playing Reclamation, which makes our deck considerably more clunky. Also drawn a very low number of fetch. They're gonna counter this, aren't they? Oh Lord. Okay. All right. Well, gotta draw land. Ugh. I think this deck might need to play Subtlety, and that's a scary set of words to say. Oh God. All right, just dead. Part of the reason I was playing Jace before, and someone was like, "Oh, you shouldn't play Jace. You should play more flash threats." And I think Jace works really well in Reclamation. I'm with Waffle Top on that one. I just flashback Memory Deluge here, but not good enough. Like I can resolve the horror, but they just Jace bounce it. It's not good enough without Reclamation. They probably let this go. They don't? Alright, whatever. I'm off it. Not so promising. Like, I built this to be better against Murktide and Hammer Time, red decks, and then, of course, you hit Living End and Blue-White Control. Hey, Cookie. Ooh, grilled cheese MTG. What up, friendo? I haven't felt like the 4 Archmage's charms have been as good as Spike seemed to hype them up to be. Everything's just been a little bit awkward here. Hey, man, dadding is important. Hopefully you're doing some quality dadsmanship. Very nice grilled cheese. Thank you so much. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's definitely something we can do, Fwampy. I have no idea. Like the all splashes are totally reasonable for this archetype. Like red is fine, white is fine, black is fine. It's a green blue core, and then you do what you want with the others. Okay, now we're finally gonna hit burn, and my mana is gonna be painful. Hopefully it's not actual burn, but it's like some kind of prowessy deck. Alright, that's annoying. And at least I have an out for... Oh, it's this deck. Okay. So they have things like Shrapnel Blast, Galvanic Blast that we need to watch out for. Just by viewing. That's all you gotta do, Steve Extreme. That's all you gotta do. Just tune in if I'm live. Hang out if you're going somewhere and you can afford to leave the stream up and giving me a viewership number. That's great. Tell your friends, tell your family. Well, maybe don't tell your family. Unless you have a brother or something, or a sister who plays Magic and is interested in Modern. What on earth is it? It's like a red-white artifact synergy. Yeah, I was thinking about it, Bench Summer, but I couldn't begin to really put together a list in my head that made any sense. I generally just don't like reanimator strategies. I don't like the vulnerability of it. Like I'd rather play this. Oh my goodness. Why you do this to me? Huh? You know, this is actually really annoying with the Ragavan, huh? Because it means I just have to take the Ragavan hit next turn. Thank you so much for the gifts of their Cookie. That was not at all necessary, but I am always very grateful for all the opportunities that I've had to make content for all sorts of people, and then yeah, we're looking real dead this game. So as I said, like I specifically set up this deck to be better set up against these kind of things, and now, you know, being all the draw, all of a sudden life is hell. I was like, attacks with just Memnite? Of course, I'm not playing Ice Fang in this version, you know, everything just kind of goes the other direction. I haven't drawn one of the 3 Fire Ices, although those should be really good in this game, in this match. Thank you, Cookie. Everyone enjoy your bitten donuts. Mm. Oh, maybe I should Growth Spiral here, right? Because I have all the lands I need for it? Yeah. Like, if they want a hammer now, I actually get them. Yeah. So we're just kind of mostly screwed here, huh? So they get to go Construct, and then they get a free hammer. I mean, I agree with that, Jax. What I said is I'm better set up against aggro than I was before. I'm not saying that this deck is like definitely gonna flatten aggro decks. It's just like we're better than we were before, and hopefully the split was gonna do well. But like if you just draw like this, you know, doesn't really matter. They sacked a tread. Oh, okay. So wait. They sacked a treasure so they could do this. Just the one very appropriate song hands. I don't know why they did that. Oh, good for you, Liz. The music video is fantastic. It's really, really funny. So we kill the Moon Knight. They have a second hammer, we counterspell it. But this is just too much. Like I don't have a wrath. I don't think I can draw out of this in any way. It was just too aggressive on the play. But this is just, you know, a good hammer time hand with Ragavan, which gave them more mana to do stuff. I actually love the deck list. All right. This means I have two 1/1 sharks, so technically I'm still alive. Technically alive. I guess I could draw Fatal Push would be really nice. Nope. Technically still alive. We just have to keep taking Ragavan hits. It's everyone's favorite. They're not a Luris deck, but we haven't seen anything that would suggest them not being a Luris deck. It's fine. They put it on the Ink Moth, then it's not fine. Okay, so we're just dead. Unfortunate. But we have these. And that. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We leave in the green cards for forces. So we should be okay here. Thanks, Demir, for life. I had a really good time. Those guys are great. Perfect. So we're more than good on green cards for force. So we should be okay this game. If we're 0-3 though, man, I'm gonna be... What is this? Okay. If I had a force in there, I would have kept that. Because I have force in here, I'm going to keep this. I guess I have to bottom the Fatal Push? Goodness gracious. Alright, well, let's get lucky. I'm up all night to get, you know, I'm down for good. Any tips for playing your first big event? Play a lot of Paper Magic beforehand. If you've played Comp REL beforehand, that'll help. Competitive rules enforcement. Bring water and food for the love of God. Bring water and food that you can carry around with you, and make sure you drink before you're thirsty and eat before you're hungry. So like, try to figure out like if you're playing X number of rounds, like make sure that all you've ever done is previous FNMs. Okay, so really important is that at competitive rules enforcement level, if there's anything that you or your opponent are unsure of in the game, make sure you call a judge. It is not a problem. It is a neutral action to call a judge. Um, Anyone who gets upset or offended or whatever or aggressive about the fact that you called a judge for something in the game, that's not an okay thing to do. They are not supposed to do that. They shouldn't be doing that. It's just like immature and nonsensical, and don't worry about it. You don't need to worry about those kind of people. It's not a social faux pas. It's not a problem. Like just if there's anything you need to call a judge about, call a judge about it. So yeah, we're getting black here for sure. Perfect. I mean, not perfect. I don't want the second green, but we'll take it. Eventually, we'll be able to go Snap Vigor. Seems pretty good. I recommend printing your deck list ahead of time. That's something that I like. I like to have all my ducks in a row like the night before, and I want my printed deck list. I don't want to have to find deck lists at the event. I don't want to have to dick around with pens. I don't want to have to be writing it that morning. Oh, it's super obnoxious, Jake. Do you see what I did to my opponent this game? It was a war crime. Hey, it's Simon DS. Let's see. 0 mana double vindicate's good. I went down a card, so I sneeze. I don't think you're accurately characterizing the amount of effort that went into playing the magic card that I put in my deck. It was very hard work. I slaved over a hot deck list to have the correct number of. It was 2 for 2. It was 2 for 2. Playing blue-white control in the event, but I just started playing Storm, and do I ever love it? Yeah, Storm is not doing well right now, and I honestly don't know why. Like, it's one of those things that, like, I assume things like Murktide are a bad matchup for it, and Hammer, I guess, is probably faster. I guess? But it's just one of those things that, like, doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense to me. Like, it's like, I guess these are the reasons why Storm is not good enough, but I can't actually tell you that that's true. Perfect draw. So now we have... Yeah, I think that's one of the... I mean, I'm sure there's a reason why, Jake. Like, if it was a good deck to play, there would be, like, someone grinding trophies with it, right? Because there's tons of people that know how to play Storm really well. Same with Ad Nauseam, right? Like, people love those decks, and I feel like it's like Titan, where it's just like there's just, nobody has confidence in them, which isn't a big deal, it turns out. I think Hammer Time goldfishes more effectively. Oh, they're probably playing Color Complete. I do not currently have an answer for this, but I am playing 4 Archmages. Oh, that's fine. That's totally fine. So they're gonna attack with this Ragavan, and then I go snap, force, kill the sword, kill the Memnite, and then block the Ragavan. Yeah, seems good. I'm sorry, did you not see the game 1, Jiggy? Because if you saw the game 1, I don't think you'd be saying something like that to me. They were not kind to me. Or my Magical the Gathering cards. Plonk. Maybe he should have chosen his words better, the dullard. Why trade? It's a monkey. I don't want them hitting me with monkey forever. And I want to say, so I know they have a hammer in their hands. So, Sarutari? There we go. No, the token was a 2/2. If the token was the 3/3, it was easy block with token, but I didn't have that. All right, we're in a good spot. Whoosh. Blacksmith's skill? They're paying costs. Magnetic theft. Neat. Do I want to take a hit for a turn so that I can... Nah. No, I don't. So now they've got a Squire. They do have a redraw. I mean, Magnetic Theft is a hell of a mirror breaker, Jiggy. Makes sense to me in the metagame at large. Do I leave my Shark back because I have nothing else to do? Probably. The redraw is just too frightening. And, like, theoretically, I have better top decks than they do right now. They have no Enabler, they have no Hammer, and they have no Companion. So I just need to wait it out a little bit. We hit a Deluge, we hit Archmage's Charm. Lots of things we can hit where it's going to basically be over on the spot. That's annoying. Untap lands. Yeah, untap land gives me a 7/7 Ward 3. Okay, so their first two draws were no good. I mean, the Wear Tear was fine. Fatal Push is good for me. This means I'm winning the race, and I'm insulated from hammers, so let's go. Let's go! Let's go! And now I know that they're not on the deck I thought they were. They're on Hammer Red. They're not on, like, Artifact, blowy, uppy, smashy thingamajig with Galvanic Blasts and Shrapnel Blasts. Oops, all Blasts, I guess would be a fun name. There we go. That's probably... Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Hardcast? Absolutely not. Are you mad? Batterskull? It's just a hammer. Interesting. They're playing Pure Steel. I don't know why they would do that. Are they that worried about counter magic, I guess? Okay, so now they've showed me that they don't have cards in hand, so they're not expecting me to have a flash blocker, but I do. Goodbye, Stoneforge. Goodbye, Memnite. All right. Goodbye, Memnite. I really, really, really want you dead. Ooh, oh, oh. Oh my god. Whew. We're drawing nothing but hot heat from that point. Scoop the shark, do 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 do. To scoop two shark, do 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 do. To scoop two shark, do 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 do. To scoop two shark. Oh, do I keep this? I think I'm keeping this. All I gotta do is draw lands. Will be great. It'll be great. We're gonna draw lands. I'm on 25, right? Because I'm a good deck builder. 25. All right. Deck plays like 0 bad cards. That is true. It doesn't make it a good deck. They mulled a 6. Come on, less resources, even less resources. Hand sucks versus Ragavan. You are not wrong, but like that, I can't fix that. You need a redemption to smack your symbol as hard as you can. No, I will never make that a redemption. I could maybe someday make a redemption for some kind of symbol strike. But no, I'm not making a redemption for hitting a symbol as hard as you can. Realistically, you should never, ever, ever do that unless you're someone who is, I don't know, drowning in money and drowning in, like, I don't know, endorsements. Drumfill Redemption, that would be great. If I could set up a drum set nearby and have microphones set up in such a way, like, that'd be fun, but I don't know. That's just not realistic. The setup for, like, streaming to voice versus just nice simple roll, yeah, I could do a swell. Neighbors would hate you. Well, obviously, I would try to set up in such a way that that wouldn't be a problem, right? Do I Stone Rain him again? I think so. Yeah, there's no way. I'm not letting them have 2 mana. Redemption for Randy to show up would be good too. Yeah. The problem is I don't want to do it when I would have to do it in a way that I like is not the best version of it, I guess, is the way I want to say this. Like I haven't been doing as much Randy recently. Like I made a schedule for doing Randy and I wanted to do it with a level of consistency, but I just don't want to do it when it's not going to be right or good or as good as it can be, because I don't know. I don't want it to be like a gimmick, right? Like it's a gimmick, but I don't want it to be that much of a gimmick, I guess, is the way to say it. I want to be content defined. Well, and I also don't like, again, I want to do it when it's like good, when I can make it really good. All right. So most lands help me here. Got a Shark Typhoon to cycle if I need to. Stoneforge? Stoneforge, okay. They do have Sword of Fire and Ice, which is kind of scary. I kind of love their deck. Sort of Light and Shadow. They can get the Ragavan back. I see. Sky just turned black and wind kicked up. Hit the deck, brother. Batten down the hatches. Get the kids into the storm cellar. So, do I or do I end step the endurance here? I can cycle Shark Typhoon for 1. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. But I'm going to get the second green. Because if they get the sort of Light and Shadow equipped, I can still block the Stoneforge with both Endurance and the 1/1 token and actually kill it, which is going to be funny if that's the way the game goes. That's frustrating. That's less frustrating. Lawrence, what would you do if you had $1 million? I'll tell you what I'd do, Peter. 2 chicks at the same time. What? That's it? You'd do 2 chicks at the same time? Hell yeah. I always wanted to do that, and well, I feel like with $1 million I could hook that up. Yeah, but not every kind of girl is gonna kind of do that, Well, kind of chicks that double up on a guy like me would. Yeah, that's probably true. God, I love that. Yeah, I love that. One of my favorite parts about that Fallen Simple Man is the fact that he doesn't pronounce it as McDonald's, it's MacDonald's. I'm doing the drywall over there at the new McDonald's. And I wake my ass up at 6 a.m. every day this week. Yeah, doing the drywall at the new McDonald's. Like, it's the little things. It's the little things that are just so important for me. I just love them so damn much. He just absolutely crushed that roll. All right. I think it's possible we've won. Not Not calling it yet. Just definitely a distinct possibility. No. Not McDowell's. McDonald's. Hey, Lawrence, has anyone ever told you when you were at work that you got a case of the Mondays? No. Shit, no. I think you get your ass kicked saying something like that. Among Droudels? No. So, why not Steel? Is anyone in Camp Steel here? Camp Steel looking pretty good. I mean, I do want to draw 2 cards, but Steel feeling real good. Steel push the Thopter? Anyone? Steel push the... oh, they're off it. Okay. Right. Steel was the correct line. Steel was the correct answer. I'll be back in a second. Ooh, that seems sweet, Gato. All right. Good hand in most matchups. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that's like a quality first concert, huh? Might be your first concert at 15. Okay. All my colors are set up, so I guess grab either Triumph. If you steal Ragavan with the sword equipped and do damage, the OP gets the effect if that matters. Correct. I've played some Legacy with Dak Faden and use steel swords from time to time against taxes that are equipped to the opponent's creature, and then sometimes opponents will attack you and give you a trigger. It's a really cool interaction. I really would want to see. I would like to see Dak Faden in Modern. That would be super fun. So I'm against Phoenix of some variety. I actually freed. That is definitely something that is on my radar for like a Jeskai creativity build. Maybe Teamer. Fire Ice in your Phoenix deck. I assume it's a Phoenix deck. Can't imagine what else this is. All right. Well. Oh well. No problem. Bruce By. I do the best I can. Reanimator with Breacher and Raven's Crime. I just don't want to play it in Reanimator. Like, it's just not my... Ooh. Oh. Okay, then. Opponent has chosen Violent. I guess I should have grabbed the Swamp. Well, we've got Shark Typhoon. Huh. I think it's Blue Moon? Well, they might steal this game just because I didn't know that that was coming, which sure happens all the time for them. Probably should have iced one of their islands on upkeep. They play Jace here. I'm just doomed. Yep. Oh, it's a Murktide. Oh, that's so much worse. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll ice it on next turn. Ah, the free winds of Blood Moon. Interactive gameplay. I mean, they interacted. They tapped my land. Just play Life from the Loam? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely is going to be okay here, Gato. Don't know how much, but... They also playing, like, Through the Breach? What? Wild. They're, like, playing one of, like, Jacob's List where it's, like, just kitchen sink. Blue Moon. Okay, so if they have a Archmage's Charm, I'm just doomed here. Kitchen Sink Blue Moon is the best Blue Moon? Well, I mean, there Blue Moon doesn't have a good version, so it can't have a bad version. So you might as well just play all the cards. Right? Okay, we're probably just dead now. You don't have to ask the opponent for a list. Just like look up the Pen Swords all right, we're dead. Look up the Pen Swords stream decker and you can just go through that ad nauseum and find every version of Blue Moon he's ever played, which are incredibly broad in their coverage of all the different ways he's played them. So specifically didn't end up with many answers for Murktide in my list. Clearly getting punished for that. Hey, Ashiok, how are your Pioneer Brews coming together? They're a cheap retrace instant. Probably. Oop. No, we got them all good. All right. I can't set up for Blood Moon with this hand particularly well, but I have Counterspell Veil. Probably good. Grixis good, rest poopy. I mean, you should be able to find like a dozen lists under that name. Here, let me grab his stream decker. Wait, what? This isn't taking me to stream decker? What's wrong? Why not? God damn it. Why is Stream Decker so hard to search? It's really annoying. Flame Jab's not an instant, is it? Maybe it is. How do I get to his page? Well, here. This is one, and there's 5 more linked on the right side of that page. So that should get you where you need to go. Okay, so I just need more lands. Cycling Shark Typhoon would be fine here, but this is even better. Good. Do you think we've won the game? I disagree. It's certainly possible. I want to resolve this reclamation before I think I say anything like that. Let's do this. I've got all of them, right? I've got all of them. We are and we aren't, right? Like, it's not like I can jam in if they're just gonna sit there. I can't play this reclamation right now. If I get Blood Moon on the crackback, it's just over. Like, I cannot play reclamation right now. So I just have to pass and discard a hand size, honestly, which is not good. Like, I drew a lot of cards, but I just couldn't hit lands playing 20, 25. Which happens, but still, it's unfortunate. Discard Nexus. I want the Nexus if I resolve a reclamation, and I'm not playing a reclamation until I can resolve the reclamation, I guess is my thought process. So it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen the other, I think. Like, it's not, I don't know. We're just gonna win this with Shark Typhoons at the moment. They need to take some action. That's action. Fail. Denied. Whatever they play here, I'm letting them have it. Yeah, I can't fight with the threat of a Blood Moon. But I have another Shark anyway, so it's fine. I mean, ideally you want a 4/4. Huh. I don't know what they saw that makes them want to play that, but okay. Sure. Did I play a Snapcaster last game? Maybe. Good draw. Does this mean I can play the wreck? I've got 2 1-mana ways to protect it. Nah, we just keep winning this game the way we've been winning it. They go on the defensive. I now have a 4/4 Shark. They spew another Archmage's Charm here. It's good for me. They saw Uro last year. Fair enough. I do need this one to resolve, so I will fight if I have to. Okay. I definitely should not have Growth Spiral in this matchup. Probably should have endurance instead. Scary because it's double green, but are they going for it? No. Murktide. Roll Tide, baby. Petty Theft. Resolve. Interesting sequencing. They missed an attack. Flusterstorm. Sure. You got me. Of course, I still have my counterspell, but you know. But it looks like they got me. Sure. You've got a Murktide. Okay. Sue. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I have 10 mana on end step, so I go Growth Spiral into Nexus. Get the Triomes. I don't have red yet. I don't need red. No, I don't need red at all. Okay, just double checking. Deluges, okay. I guess if they have another Archmage's Charm, I could end up in trouble. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 16. So that's 6 plus 4 plus not quite 7. But if the Deluge finds me, like, most relevant cards in my deck, it's probably okay. So I think this is Hardcast Shark Typhoon. I think it is. If I find the Kraken, I don't have enough mana, but that's okay. Push, push, babe. Yeah. Trigger. Alright, this has got to hit something. We need this to hit. Snap's good. Aether Gust also acceptable. Okay. Do I want to Snap Charm right now? Probably unnecessary. We have Snap Charm Flusterstorm. They have 6 mana, so that's 1, 2, 3. So they have to pay 4. Yeah. Okay. Oh, perfect. That is very much. Oh, they still have the Soul Guide Lantern. I'm not going to get to play the charm. Huh. Unless they crack it to draw. Hmm. Weirdly, like, yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay, I was hoping they would do this because they want to exile it before I untap and grab the Memory Deluge. So this is 2. They're going to play 3, so this is going to be 4. So the Flusterstorm should get this through. If it doesn't, I actually might be in trouble. Flusterstorm. Flusterstorm! Oh my god, it's a Flusterstorm. Thanks for the follow there. Mlichko? Good news, everyone! I'm a butt! Snap. Snap Fluster. Annoying. Should have took your shark back? Well, I don't... Oh, it was lethal. Doesn't really matter, right? So they get 5 copies here. I can fluster for 6. Because I have no mana left, I just lose the fight, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can make that cost 1, that costs 1, that costs 1, that one costs 1, this one costs 2. You just play this exactly. They don't even have to. They don't have to do some. Like they have to do like just like none. Gives me a 1/1. I'm not playing it for that. It's theoretically more relevant in the future. So we're gonna upkeep Castle. That's not good enough. I mean, I could gust my Wilderness Rec. I'm still alive for another turn, but I already have a gust in hand, so we just bottom. Draw. Lack of answers for Murktide being very problematic. Nexus on top. Okay. Anything they try to do to create lethal, though, gives me sharks. So we're in a pretty good spot. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. So Deluge first, yeah. Sorry, Nexus first. Gust. That's fine, right? Actually, don't need it right now. Because I'm going to make... Yeah, we just put it on the bottom. Okay. Good thing I stacked it the way I did, huh? Yeah, we have Nexus on top, so we're good. Oh, right. I'm going to lose the Deluge. Right, and I went to end step for no reason. Sorry, I was like playing as if I still have the wreck when I don't have the wreck. Whoops. If you had to pick up a deck to play at a 7/6 Swiss with cut to top 8, what would you be on? I don't understand the question. Are you just saying like a more competitive tournament, or I'm not... If you had to pick up a deck to play at a 6-7 rounds, like a 6 or 7 round Swiss tournament, Maybe Living End. It's kind of broken in half. I should have Vantress on upkeep. So I can attack here. They have no cards in hand. They can't cast the Borrower. Attack with this. They attack back with the Murktide at block. I'm not even dead on board. So I think we're just totally set here. I don't think they can draw out of this. Yeah, Rhinos is pretty straightforward. I think Living End is actually a lot easier to play to like good results. Cool. I just want the charm, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I think like most of the tier 1 decks in well, not most. Like there's like two of the Wait, this makes things easier on me, right? Not really. I mean, I get to counter it. I agree, Bagadaboosh. Bagadaboosh! Got him. Oh, okay, sorry, puppets. So the say Rhinos, Living End. I mean, it depends a lot on your background as a player too. Like blue-white might be pretty straightforward, and it's very, very good in the metagame. I think we can keep this, but it's not good. This plays through a turn 3 Blood Moon pretty well, and that's really what I'm about right now. The thing is, Modern being what Modern is right now, what deck do you advise for low count of MH2 cards? Yeah, I mean, the creativity deck that I played actually doesn't play a lot of MH2 cards besides like Prismatic Ending, which is not super expensive. But it's got a lot of expensive cards in it. It's not a cheap deck. It just doesn't have a lot of MH2 cards for anyone who really hates MH2 for like no discernible reason. Etron, yeah, Etron's a good one. But it's playing Urza Saga, right? So, which is, you know, that's a very, very good draw for me. Yeah, Ren is MH1. The point is, Ren is expensive, Teferi is expensive, 12 fetch lands are expensive. Like, it's not easy to play Modern on a budget at the top tier. If you want to do that, you can play Burn. Hammer Time is, like, reasonably cheap. Okay, got it, Zonatog, yeah. What is a Zon, and why do Atogs eat it? These are the questions I need to know answers for. Prismatic Ending in Brazil is 12 USD. I don't think it's like completely distance from that in Canada. Yeah, having a base of fetch lands is obviously like really good, just generally speaking. Oh, my opponent's on the discard to end step. And maybe they have an Archmage's Charm for my 1/1 or a Bolt. But they probably won't spew because they know I could untap and wreck face. Amulet just plays. Yeah, Amulet's actually a super budget deck, especially with the reprints of Titan. Titan's like $10 now. It's crazy. Although it might have gone up since it's been succeeding more. But I don't think so. See, Titan may have been cheap for a lot longer than I'm thinking. Yeah, half of it's the Stoneforge Mystics. And like honestly, you could probably have someone who just has like Stoneforge Mystics sitting around. No, a Titan is $8. Okay. You got it, opponent. Consider. Okay. I think that that can happen, Roy. I don't think that that does happen. I think it can happen. Wait, are amulets $16? That's so cheap. What do you mean on online? Sorry, I haven't been tracking super closely. Well, there was a while, Puppets, where there was just more of the decks that beat up on Titan in the metagame. So there was a while where like it seemed like Titan was dead, and I think people put the clues together that it's like, oh, it must be Unholy Heat that's killing Titan. And it's like, well, no, it wasn't just the one thing. There was more to the story. But people like to reduce things to that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a big boy. Hmm. Hammer's good against Titan besides Greatsword. I'm not sure. I think Force of Vigor's really moved the needle on that. Yikes. Well, they're playing Blue Moon nubs. They're not playing the Murktide deck. They're playing a Murktide deck that happens to have some of the same cards. Well, I have multiple chump blockers, so we should be able to buy time here. The question is, can I resolve Wreck this turn? I'm certainly going to have to try. Well, I don't have to try. I'm going to try. I guess I can jam the first Wreck into whatever counter magic they have, and then let's see what they have. Maybe it's just Archmage's Charm. But I have to go get. I mean, I don't have to go down a card here, but I'm choosing to go down a card here. So if I fluster this and they fluster me back, um, they lose, right? Is that how that? So if they fluster me back, they have 0 mana, and I still have 1 mana. So they have more copies than I do, but I only need one of mine to resolve. So I just pay for whatever one they've put one on. Cat, you're here. Help. And Enlightened Muppet, you're also a good player. I fluster this, they fluster back. If I pay for one copy, I win. Okay, Basic Swamp says so too. I don't think they can beat this. Okay. Flusterstorm fights are weird. And they don't come up enough for people to like have a well understood easy heuristic. The upshot is that the amount of mana left over really matters. So we shock in here. I guess I can get the forest instead. Because then I'm covered. Yeah, and I've got my swap in hand. Okay, cool. So we just got all the basics already. Oh, no. End step, please. Trigger. So I can go down to 1 mana to play the Deluge in my graveyard or just play the one in my hand. This only works out badly if they have a Soul Guide Lantern. I can probably just flashback the one in the graveyard, right? I have 2 Sharks in play. This Murktide's not lethal. Probably just better, right? I guess if they immediately Aether Gust my wreck, I'm not going to be happy. But I can probably force through the next one, right? Especially with this. I got to tap out for it. Nah, it'll be fine. We'll be fine. Oh. Oh, they have a... Oh. Crap. Oh, well, I wasn't countering that anyway. Okay, cool. No, it's okay. I wasn't going to be able to do anything about a mystical dispute or anything like that, so... Famous last words? Yeah, absolutely. I do it all the time. I like pointing it out in Modern because there's just like a lot of things that happen on Twitch where people are like, "Why aren't you playing around these 8 different things at once?" And it's like, well, you can't. Like when you've got this many voices in the chat, it's like, yeah, you could bring up any number of things you want, and if from hand could have Snap flustered back. True. Double bounce and a Murktide kills you. No, they didn't have enough cards in their graveyard, Carrion Lich. There's no way that that's true. So, no. That was a lie. Fetching now. They have a Gust? You're really tilting. Second Murktide. Okay. 2 Vapor Snags does it. It would, yeah. So... I want to play the second Shark Typhoon right now, or sorry, I want to play the second Wreck right now, but I think I have to play the Shark Typhoon into Deluge, Flashback Deluge. I think we'll end up winning from that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 14 mana. So we play Shark Typhoon, then I have 8. Oh, we can't do the whole thing. Play the Shark Typhoon this turn. Pass. They'll do something with J. Like they'll bounce my Shark, and then in combat I can Fawn incoming. Hope not. Not super likely, but it's certainly possible. We're going to have 21 mana minus 4 is 17. So I could play in Flashback Deluge. But then I haven't cast a Shark Typhoon this turn. If I had answers for Murktide, this game would be really easy right now. But I don't. I just feel like I have to play more this turn. That's the problem. I have all 4 Shark Typhoons in, so the Deluge is probably find me the next one. And another Deluge, I guess. I agree, Sarutari. Sarutari. Okay. We're slamming. Do I play the front side of the Deluge now? I think so. Yeah. So let them bounce the bigger shark. Oh, right. I'm playing these cards. Okay. So as long as we make it through this turn, it's over. Thanks, Roy. Yeah. Crap time. We're gonna need a bigger boat. So I just let that resolve. Yep. Not hurting me none. Yep. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. Cool. You ready to read, opponent? Dad's home. Send back the big Murktide, make a shark. Play second one first? I suppose I could. I'm not sure. I made the most reasonable, fast-ish choice. When I cast the second Wilderness Rec, I don't know. I honestly don't. I don't. Clock problem? I'm definitely not thinking about anything I'm doing particularly well at the moment. Like, I should have played the soundbite, right? But I'm just a little bit. It's been a really tight game. Let me do the thing. Oh, whoops. Had that turned down from earlier. There we go. He's the Kraken! I'm the Kraken. They have to play a spell in order to be able to kill me this turn. So I'm just not worried about the Jason summon basic swamp. Like, yeah, they can unsummon the shark, they can attack me for 5. But they can't do more than that without casting a spell. They have to cast a spell. Like, I made the decision that got me to this point, because from this point I don't see them winning. Unsummon the Kraken? I don't really care. I guess if they unsummon the Kraken, then bounce my shark, and then no, I don't see them getting it from that. Is it possible? Yeah. There was definitely a way more optimal way to play this turn than what I did. Gust the Wreck. So we do this. We send back the Murktide. Target spell. I could bounce the Aether Gust. I don't want to do that. There we go. There we go. I just can't see them winning like this. They've already activated their Jace. They have 2 Murktides in hand. They have no graveyard. Yep. Got him.
We must now unleash the monster. May God forgive us. Release the Kraken. Hey guys.
All right. We're on the bubble. Gamble, you degenerates. Gamble. I could have played Counterspell and bounced it, Sarutari. Much like Aethergust, the Kraken doesn't care about your spell being uncounterable. $36,000 Quatlus. Hello there, Spider Space. First two losses. Ooh, we got Blue White that crushed us with Teferis and Living End that crushed us by being Living End. So just modern things. Hashtag just modern things. Spider, what do you think of this deck? I know it's not really in your wheelhouse, but you're just smart at everything. Maybe you'll come at it from an angle that's like better than what I'm thinking. Adnaz? Food? How dare you beat my fake anti-U cards? Well, make it untargetable. You heard me. An untargetable spell. I'm not countering that. Jingataxis and Aether Mage's Touch. You're right, I am. I've made a fatal flaw. We're in the fairy bracket. Luckily, we came prepared. Mana Silex would defeat me pretty well. You're gonna give it split second. I mean, I'll let them have the first fairy. Yeah! I like gambling. Have you ever known the feeling of hardcasting engine to get taxes in Modern? No. 4/4/1s with E-Tron? Hey, you got 2 trophies. You're killing it. Kaya, how do I become a more grindery grinder like you and other people are? What do I have to do? How do I wire my brain that way? Fire ice? Kind of small ball. Play more? Depression. Got it. No, I'm already there. Hold on. So just chase that high of the game win rather than the high of building a sweet deck. Oh! I can't push that. Well, it's about to be bad. I mean, I could draw 2 in response and try to find... Can at least scry? That's true. Good catch. Let's see double land. Yeah, this is definitely an oof. I don't know if they considered the Vantress. Told you not to give them a fairy? I'm sure you did. Yeah, Eureka would be fun, huh? Well, they would have gotten one. They are getting my 1 Steam Vents, but that's less dangerous. Alright, what's the other card they get? At least it goes to my graveyard. Okay. Did they think they had to pay mana for it? Oh, they get 0 cards off it. Right, of course. Just an idiot, Chad. Don't mind me. This thing is hard to kill. Like, I guess I hardcast Shark Typhoon and then I push it to make a 1/1 and block. They're gonna have a removal spell, but it's probably the best I can do for this turn. And then next turn we go Archmage's Charm to try to create multiple blockers. I mean, there's a lot of Deluge running around, Brian or whatever, and I've looked it up. It's Deluge. I've looked it up. It's either Deluge or Deluge, which is the American pronunciation. Yep. It'll push mirror matches. You'd love to see him. Delugi. That's fine. Not my favorite, but still alive. Wait, I'm at 5. I've been dying this whole time. Whoops. Okay. Pretty good draw. Click. I mean, they have to take the horror, right? It's Fire Ice make a 4/4. Only if you fused it, and it doesn't have fuse. I could fire the click and the fairy. I think I'm supposed to ice the shinobi, though. Jeez. But hits for 4 of Bob seems like a scam. That's just how they changed the rules, Basic Swamp. So again, they have changed the rules, and it's much more clear than it used to be. So split cards in all zones have their sum mana value. You add the both halves together. And the only place that's not true is the stack. I don't know what they're doing. So even if I kill one of their fairies, they still have 1, 2 fairies. So I can't beat that with but it doesn't really matter. They haven't killed anything of mine yet. So we just let the click resolve. They'll take the horror, I assume. Yeah. Good draw. Good redraw. Now we can double block the Shinobi. That's any spell. It's completely cracked. So now I can push the Endurance. So Snap Fire takes care of those 2. 2, 3, 4. Should probably do it now. Yeah. Spooky, man.
Compadres, it is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start of the rainy season. And remember, a shiny new donkey
So
for
I can
whoever
make it
brings
so
me the
that
head of Colonel
the
Montoya.
one removal spell won't stop me from killing the Shinobi. Yeah, I think it's worth it. That sucks, but
Make way for Willie!
at least it's uncounterable.
I said make way for Willie, you bloated gust bug!
Oh, we going, Phil. We're going. Oh no. That's not a... Oh, they lock Thwain? Sure. Team, this is the buzz. I guess I could have chump blocked one at a time, huh? That probably would have been better. Seems like a bit of a miss. Uh-oh. Cryptic my Shark Typhoon. Okay. Draw. So I'll just counter their Fatal Push. It did Dark Odious, I guess. Am I recasting this or am I making a 4/4? I think I have to recast it. So if they play nothing and attack me for 2, that's kind of the scariest thing. And they are playing red. Oh, no, that's my Steam Fence. Internation? What was the point of bouncing the Typhoon? I'm not really sure. I mean, it got them in this spot, and if they if they cast nothing, they're gonna kill me fairly quickly. Oh, they have a second. Okay, that makes sense. They accidentally showed me their hand there. It's okay. Yikes. I am not. Yeah, I am not set up for this at all. I mean, at least I know I can't let any of their creatures come in, but that's not really helpful. Vale seems sick. It's probably okay. Oh, I don't want these. No, we can win with a wreck. Okay, cool. Okay. It's a good hand. Yeah, Riptide Lavatory is sweet. It's just never really kind of hit it big in Modern. Hot. Thanks for the resub there, Bob Patterson Jr. Coming in all the way from University of Kentucky, it's Bob Patterson Jr. Why would you show me this? They just tilted off the face of the earth after the veil. It's Veil, baby! Well, this is Sultai red spider, so very little. Teamer is almost definitely better. I just started off as a mystical teachings deck, and I didn't feel like getting off of black until I'd made my peace with the fact that now that I'm not playing teachings, I should probably just play red. That's all. Yeah, I agree with that, Brian, or whatever, but like that did seem like they wanted to show me why they were conceding was from the tilt of no land, which like they're probably playing like 22, 23, so on the play, I think they never ever should have kept that hand. Second time, yeah, exactly. Actually, Java QA, Javqua, Wafo does not play Renin 6 and Teamerek, and I think he's right not to do so. I think Spike doesn't either, right?
Make way for Willie! I said make way for Willie, you bloated gust bug!
You think Spike does? Okay. Wafo doesn't because the idea is that you end up being flooded. Spike thinks Renin 6 is a raising wreck. Okay. Okay. Sick draws. No giant steps? You can queue up giant steps. Ba 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 ba. Oh, that's not unusual though, Spider, right? Like I think that's most people. Every time Wafo Tapa does something, they're like, I guess it works for you. Yeah, Wafo is his own thing. Okay, respect. Sure, yeah. You got it. I'm just looking to hit lands here so I can wreck while they're tapped down. No, anyone can queue stuff, Dark Odious. You do have to type it right. But all right, we'll throw on this on queue in a second. We're not listening to it right now, but we probably should be. No, I'm just kidding. I mistype stuff all the time. So we missed and they missed, but we had the window while they were tapped down, which I don't get to take advantage of, which is not my favorite. Yeah, your first song request sets the whole tone of the relationship here, so don't get up. No, I'm kidding. Obviously. So basically, I have to push anything that attacks, but that's fine. Don't love that. But they can't take all my interactions, so I guess it's okay. It's fine. Abrupt Decay looking real sus against Creeping Tar Pit. Snap. Fatal Push looking strong. I guess I could have gone Snap Ice the Tar Pit here. Alright, let's do this on queue for you guys. For all you wonderful guys, gals, non-binary pals who are hanging out and having a good time. This thing, that thing. Oh, hell yeah. Taking me way back. I figured you were DQing me for my first ever PPTQ set the tone of our relationship. Oh, I know you. I didn't DQ you. That was Stephen Tran, right? I mean, I would have if I had to. I was running the event. You did do a dumb though. I mean, like, you made the mistake. You didn't do it wrong. Like, you didn't mean to, but like, that's just the way Magic rules are. It sucks. It's one of those things that's like, that was one of those absolutely awful DQs where it's like, I don't think anybody believes that you meant to do what we had to enforce you for. Holy God. Well, no, it was outside assistance, Alex. It was the most stupid outside assistance thing ever. I'll let him tell his own story. Well, we're going to lose to fairies. Oh. If they have a spell stutter, they can play it here, and I can't stop them from having all the attackers. Actually, I kind of can. I mean, this is how some people learn. Some people read the tournament document before the tournament, and others do what you did. To be fair, like it's just one of those things that like if you do want to go play a lot of Comp REL, these are either things you should learn, you will see, or if you listen to like a podcast about judging, you can go and like hear like, hey judges, this is what you need to like watch out for in these rounds to make sure that you are running your tournament right, etc., etc., etc. And they'll talk about a lot of the same stuff that would have gotten a player. Well, this hand has been awful. All right, they got me. We're not winning that one. Brutal. So 2-3 again. And that last matchup was another one where it feels like I really should have done okay there. So stretching into 4 colors is almost definitely wrong. Playing black at all is probably definitely wrong at this point. So can't do Endurance in response to Fizzle Drown. I'm sure I could have Damon, but at that point, like, they still have everything on the battlefield, and like they stripped everything out of my hand that was relevant to play. So like, there's maybe like a 1% chance or less that I crawl out of that, but I just don't care enough anymore. But you're right. You're 100% correct. If I was squeezing more value out of that game, I could have pushed it further. But like, not being able to cast anything in my hand, essentially, not having any gas, I don't know. Anywho, so yeah, Hullbreaker Horror is definitely sweet, definitely really powerful in the format. Getting onto the battlefield is difficult. Playing Wilderness Reclamation at all is really difficult. So it's either like really, really fast. Like, there's a lot of people trying to kill you really fast, so you need a lot of early interaction, but then the other control decks don't have clunky cards like Wilderness Rec or Nexus of Fate or Hullbreaker Horror in them. You can end up doing okay, but Wilderness Reclamation's just like maybe worse than Teferi 3 a lot of the time. In fact, almost always, probably. So, I mean, it kind of does enlighten Muppet, but like, you need at least like another card. I feel like Jace is just a better 4-drop. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time that's true. So, anyway, I will definitely be back with another version of this deck that's just going to be Teamer. The black cards just didn't seem to be adding much at all, which is fine. Like, it was worth testing. Now that we're off of Mystical Teachings, there's just basically no reason to play black at all. But if you're in the future listening to or watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, check out any of my other videos you're interested in. I will see you there.